And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for today's episode of Marvel's Miss Marvel, Episode 3. Now, spoiler alert if you've not seen these episodes yet, because honestly, I thought this was the coolest episode yet so far. So let's talk about it. So, at this point, we have Kamala, who, is still trying to learn about the bangle. She is... she found out her great-grandmother had it and somehow brought shame to her family. And then apparently she ends up getting involved with trying to save somebody. And then the detention of Inhuman Control shows up. The government people who pretty much keep an eye on supers. They show up to try to take her out. And then, of course, the guy that she has a crush on saves her with his mother. And apparently, we find out a little bit more about the bangle. Apparently, they've been looking for this bangle for years. Apparently, they are part of the Jinn, which is kind of like, in her culture, like genies or evil demons that might, conquer the universe or whatever it is. So they're trying to get back home. They need that bracelet to go back home. I guess use the power to go back home. So they figure, okay, Kamala, you help us, we help you, kind of thing, right? You figure, no problem. However, the boy that she likes, his mother's becoming at the point where she's either very desperate or she's lying about who she really is and why she really wants the bracelet in the first place. Because, when you're desperate, you do certain things to get what you want, And at this point, she wants the bracelet. She wants the power to, I guess, either go back home or maybe make something happen that will put the world in jeopardy. Who knows? We haven't got there yet. But for right now, I'm just going to say she's just desperate. She wants to go home until we find out otherwise. But then Kamala has other problems. She has a wedding to get ready to go to, which is her brother's wedding, which is kind of cool to see Pakistani wedding. I thought that looked very colorful and beautiful as well. The culture. Like I said, I really like the fact that they're showing us a lot of the Pakistani culture, because honestly, we need a little bit more diversity inside the MCU or in general, so it's kind of cool. That way, people have more education about that stuff. So I thought, the whole, wedding scene was cool. We got to see a kind of a traditional Bollywood dance. I thought that was cool. And then, of course, when they can't have a party, no matter what kind of party it is, a wedding, a funeral, birthday party, it doesn't matter. Every single time, something has to happen. Either it's for comedic purposes, or in this case, superheroes, where superheroes go to parties and supervillains show up and try to crash the party, and that's right. And then, of course, Kamala's new, I guess, crush, his mother, shows up with her people. And apparently they got ancient kung fu magic weapons that they try to go after Kamala, and they literally have a huge fight go down. And Kamala literally has to pretty much fight to survive in this moment. Now, granted, Kamala she's not a fighter. We all know that. Yes, granted, she has the power. She uses the powers to fight, but she's not exactly a martial artist. She can't go one-on-one with Shang-Chi, by herself and fight, because she'll lose, even if he didn't have the 10 rings. So, yeah. It reminds me of Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain Marvel, yeah, she's a soldier, we get it, she could fight, but since we really haven't seen her use combat training like that, I don't think she knows how to fight, and she only uses the fight skills for her powers, which is her photon blast. That's the only defense she has against anything. Otherwise, she will lose a fight. So I feel like it's the same way here. And granted, Kamala is 14, 16? So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting her get, better with the powers moving forward. And granted, she's getting there. She's starting to learn a little bit more, which I liked seeing that. But, still needs work. Bruno tries to help. He gets injured. And then her other friend finds out at the end, which kind of gets shocking, because apparently the government people show up. They arrest the kid that she likes' mother and her team. They get arrested, and Kamala's still on the run. Then, of course, at the end of the episode, we learn a very valuable lesson. that grandparents know everything, which, or in this case, her grandmother knows everything. She calls her up and is like, yeah, I saw what happened. You need to come see me. Apparently, when the woman who was after her grabbed the bangle, they saw the portal open, and instead of seeing the lady, which I would assume was Kamala's great grandmother, instead of seeing her, they saw a train coming towards them. So what does that mean? No idea. All I knew is that her grandmother actually knew about it. So what is that about? She probably knows more than she's telling Kamala, but we have to wait to see what happens next week. But cool episode nonetheless. I'm liking this show. I still like the whole, you know, she's a fan, but she's still trying to learn. She has no idea what's going on with these powers, and she's still learning as she goes along. But, you know, I like it so far. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Miss Marvel. Are you guys enjoying this show so far? Do you guys like the first 3 episodes yet? Have you seen all 3 episodes? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much, and have a good day.